see. So I believe that there's a lot at stake in this fight here if you're to look at it from that point of view.
Norman, you've got youth on your side. Do you think that's going to be a factor against Madadi?
Oh, I know I look good. I know I'm 28 years age, and they say I look about 20, but I got that. I know but this game here, it's funny because it don't matter about. I don't feel it matters about the age. To be honest, it's a 3-round fight, and that's it. It's not like boxing where it's more about speed, and stuff like that. And they say you're kind of slower after you get by 30 something. So, but this game's different. You can stall a fight for so long. You can control a guy for so long and run the clock down. So I really don't feel like youth's a big problem, but I'm going to put the pace on him, yeah, for sure.
You were offered the chance to replace Joseph Duffy, but Poirier declined. Why do you think that he waived the fight?
I don't know. We looked at it when I was offered it. I said yes, no problem, straight away. And then, so I looked at it from his point of view. He's lost, or he's on a good win streak since he's moved to lightweight, and then I've lost my last two. So it's more for him to lose the way I saw it, So I'm sure everybody else saw that. It's more for him to lose, but then again, if you really wanted to fight and just say fuck it, I'll still be in the good books no matter what. Fuck it, I'll fight him. Then it would have been on. So, but I did see from his point of view that there's a lot for him to lose, and it was a win-win situation for me.
So Madadi has said himself that he feels he's in the best shape of his life. Would you agree? Do you think he is?
Well, by looking at that face, I don't think so, man. He looks like he's been pulled through a wind bush backwards. I'm telling you, he's been in some wars, So, he's all talk. I said it before. He's all talk in front of the camera, but whenever I saw him in the lobby, he walked with his head down. He couldn't look at me straight in the eye. So then he's just. He'll see whenever we step out to fight. We'll see. He can do all he wants at the weigh-ins. He can do all he wants in the walk-in. He can shout. He can do all this bullshit. But I've seen all this stuff before. It don't make no difference to me.
Can you break down what you think Reza's biggest strengths are and what you think the biggest holes in his game are as well?
Strength-wise, he's got good cardio, very, very good cardio. He's like an old, what do you call him, he's like a hyena, just keeps coming. He looks like one, and he's fit like one. So he's got that on his side, and he's tough. He's got a good grappling game. He's got a sneaky guillotine, which he likes to use in the transition when guys are getting up from bottom. Something that we've worked on, and he's good. He's good wrestling, and I feel that's his strong points, but his weak points, I feel like he freezes up a lot. Like when he gets hit, he kind of hides and covers a lot. But he's very sneaky at getting in for the body lock. He likes the body lock to get the knee tap to take you down. So, but I've seen that all before. Nothing I've never seen before. But I feel like the holes in his game are his stand up and his. He's a bit chinny as well. I think he's got a bit of a weak chin. He's been caught a few times, but some guys have never kind of caught him a few more to finish him. So. And I feel like I got a tough chin, so hope we can stand and bang and fight.
Very aggressive with his pre-fight talk. It's saying that he thinks he's going to break your skull. He thinks he's already broken your spirit. Is it like a personal edge for you going into this with how he's been pre-fight?
He's going to say, as I said before, he's going to say all this about taking my heart. I'm one tough motherfucker. I'm telling you, I'll never quit. I'll never quit in a fight, and you can see that in my fights. I got a lot of heart, so. If he wants to try and play that game, fair enough to him, but he's the one that's got the insecurities. He's got the problems because, as I said before, he says all this whenever he's on the camera, but once we see face to face and eye to eye, we ate food today, I looked at him dead in the eye, what was he doing? He was looking for dust on the floor, so I saw that he's, so we'll see whenever we fight.
There have been quite a few heated exchanges over Twitter and stuff like that. Do you know who or where that started and why?
Well, it first came... I thought, okay, let's hype this up a wee bit. I'm not a smack talker, so I thought, let's kind of add a wee bit more spice to this fight. I said, when you're coming across here, my girl needs a new handbag. I ain't going to dish out like $250 for a Louis Vuitton handbag. I hear they're going cheap over there in Sweden. Bring me one over, and then it kind of fed from there. I knew he was going to bite the bait straight away, so because he's stupid, he's stupid. He bit the bait, so now we got to fight.
That's something you feel you need to do now to put yourself out there, because a lot of guys who talk smack have really come into the forefront in the last couple of years.
Yeah, as I said before, I'm not really like that, but it was blatant obvious that I was going to say something about that. It's like you heard about his history, the whole what happened, But then again, that's got fuck all to do with me. You know, I just heard that this is what he's did. I saw it all on YouTube, and he denies that he's did it, but we know it is. He's a snatch and grab, so I had to throw it out there. I definitely had to, and then it just fed from there and kept building. I wasn't going to back down. He never backed down because we're fighters. We kind of just want to get the last word in.
You stayed at home in next gen the whole camp. This time you haven't gone out to. Have you gone out to Alliance?
Nope, I stayed here. I stayed.
Home, yeah.
Yep, stayed here. I stayed here and trained the whole time with my coach, Rodney Moore. We got a great team of boys up there, as you saw in Bama. You saw maybe I'm not meant to say that, but anyway, as you saw there at the last show, we got a lot of great young lads coming up through, and I believe that we got a good team of boys there. You know,
Being at home, obviously, it's a lot easier. You don't have to, deal with the jet lag when you get home and the issues of weight. Has that been sort of psychologically a better thing for you to be at home, having your home surroundings and everything like that around you?
Yeah, one thing whenever I went to, don't get me wrong, I'll go back to American train 100%, but there I found it very hard to sleep, and that was messing up my training. You're coming into training like 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm lying up in them dorms up in the room till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up in the morning to train. You know, that messes your body up. You're coming into training not even wanting to train. You're weak as water, and your mind just plays like these tricks, and you're like, screw that. But then, you know, it works for people. Some people like to be away to get mentality side of things, but it's how you focus with it. It's all in here. And people say, oh, you should be going training there because it's better for your mind. Look at Frank Edgar. He trains at home and stays at home the whole time, and he's one of the best fighters in the world, so who cares? I stayed here, and I believe that I'm ready for this fight, and that's all that matters.
So Norman, when this fight was announced and he returned, considering his history and what he had done, were you surprised that he was giving a second shot in the UFC?
Yeah, I did ask Joe Silva could I fight, and because after my last fight in Brazil, he wanted to give me a quick turnaround. He offered me to fight in America somewhere, but I was off. The knee was sore, and I was off for a while. I just took 2 months, did nothing, and I just says, if I was fit, I would, or I was in any shape, form, or fashion to fight, I would definitely fight, but I just had a bit of time off, my knee sore. So then I said, could I fight in Dublin? And then he says, okay, I'll get you an opponent. I said, no problem. So then they came back with Reza, and I was like, right, I know this name here, because Alex trained at Alliance Wales guys, and we heard that he trained there, so I trained there. I know that we heard the way he fights and trains, so I was like, this is the lad who, did the robbery. So I was like, no problem, let's get it on. I just signed the contract and sent it. I never really thought anything else about, should he be back, blah, 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 but we're fighting, and that's all that matters.
He's forced a number of opponents to tap out. Are you worried about that?
I know I know he had a fight in Brazil, which I thought he won. I thought he won the fight in Brazil against the Brazilian lad. So technically, I feel like he's undefeated, and he's tapped out Michael Johnson. And his first fight, he tapped out his opponent. But who cares who he's tapped out? Them guys played the wrong game. They played the wrong game. Michael Johnson at that time was a straight striker. But look at him now. He's a beast now, and he would completely destroy Madadi now if they fought. Plain and simple. That's what I see. That's my opinion. And the first fight he had in the UFC where he beat the guy was dusting him up. He was dusting him. But the guy got too over aggressive and played straight into Reza's game. He took him down, submitted him. So well done to him for that, but I don't think he's going to ever do that to me.
So Norman, usually MMA fans will latch on to like their hometown fighter, with fighter with the same nationality. But we did an interview with you, and we've had some stories and stuff like that for this site. And some Swedish fans are very much rooting for you because they dislike him. How do you feel about that?
That's fine, because I hear he's pretty popular in Sweden. I don't know what reasons he's popular for, but I think we know why. But if the Swedes if them Swedish girls want to cheer for me, I don't mind because they're beautiful anyway.
Norman, he's been off for 30 months. He's been out of the octagon for 30 months. Do you think ring rust is real, and do you plan on hitting him in the gas tank as well as in the head?
Well, it could be a factor, but I'm not going to play that game. I think that he is, but I tell you what, straight off the bat, I'll pressure him. I'll be straight in his face the whole time, and I will box him straight in the pocket. And he can shoot for his takedown. I'll stuff his takedown, break him away, and beat him up on the feet. I'll just keep the pressure on him the whole time. And then the fighter can tell if he's getting slower. The fighter can read that straight away. It's like a sixth sense. You'll read it once you're in there. If he starts to step back, I'm going to keep the pressure on him. And I've got my corner there as well. So
How do you think you can finish him?
Probably a TKO. I feel like I could TKO him, yeah. Maybe in the second or third round. Whenever.